You think you know this story. Humans, the clever ones with the big brains and the opposable thumbs, found a pack of wolves and thought, those could be useful. We fed them, we bred them, we made them into loyal, tail-wagging companions. We domesticated them, right? Wrong. We were the ones who got domesticated, and it wasn't a partnership of equals. It was a slow, patient, 15,000-year-long takeover by a species that understood something we didn't. That a well-fed, well-loved creature doesn't want to bite the hand that feeds it. And we were so easy. Let's rewind. Picture it. Ice Age. You're a hunter-gatherer. You're tired, you're cold, you've just spent 6 hours chasing a deer that was faster than you, smarter than you, and frankly, had better abs. You come back to camp empty-handed. Your kids are hungry, your partner is giving you that look. The one that says, we should have married Grog from the next valley. He's a good provider. And then, you see it. A pair of eyes at the edge of the firelight. Golden, unblinking. A wolf. Not a dog. Not yet. Dogs didn't exist. This was the ancestor, the raw, terrifying blueprint for every tail-wagging goofball that would one day steal your blankets and fart on your pillow. But this one isn't stalking, isn't snarling, just watching, waiting. You should be scared. You are scared. But then it does something strange. It sits down. It's not here to eat you. It's here to hang out. And because you're human, and humans are fundamentally stupid about anything that's even a little bit cute, you toss it a scrap of meat. Boom, you've just signed a contract you don't understand, and you're not the one holding the pen. This is the part where science gets weird, because for a long time we assumed humans deliberately domesticated wolves, selective breeding, picking the friendliest ones, making puppies. But here's the thing about wolves. They were terrifying, like genuinely nightmare fuel terrifying. A wolf can bite through bone like you bite through a carrot. They hunt in packs, they're smart enough to coordinate tactics. If a wolf wanted to kill you, it could. So why didn't they? Because we were useful. See, humans are messy. We leave scraps, we leave bones, we leave half-eaten carcasses lying around because honestly, we're not great at finishing anything. And wolves, being wolves, figured out that following the clumsy two-legged things was a reliable way to eat without, working. But there was a problem. Wolves are, and I say this with love, pretty dumb about some things. They're terrified of fire. They don't understand sharp sticks. They see a human holding a spear, and their brain goes, danger, flee, don't question it. But some wolves, the less dumb ones, noticed something. The fire wasn't hunting them, the sharp sticks weren't pointed at them, the humans were just existing, eating, sleeping, occasionally flinging meat in their direction. Those wolves got closer, they took the risk, they got fed, and over generations, those risk-takers survived. The scared ones starved, the brave ones got snacks. The wolves didn't become friendly because we wanted them to. They became friendly because they wanted to eat, and being friendly was the easiest way to do it. Now here's where it gets deliciously sinister. You know those eyes, the big, soulful, please give me your entire sandwich eyes that your dog gives you? That's not evolution being cute. That's evolution being manipulative. When dogs look at you, they release oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that makes mothers love their babies. And here's the part that should make you uncomfortable. Your brain releases oxytocin too. You're not choosing to love your dog. Your dog is hacking your brain chemistry. It's not a bond, it's a biochemical heist. Those wolves that had slightly more expressive eyes, the ones that could make you feel a little twinge in your parental affection, they got more meat. They got closer to the fire. They got the prime spot near the children, who are notoriously bad at guarding food. And because those wolves survived, they passed on their eye-stabby, emotion-manipulating genes. We bred them? No. They bred us. They selected for humans who were soft, who couldn't say no to a pair of golden eyes and a whimper, who were, frankly, pathetically easy to train. Think about it. We call ourselves the masters, but who's the one sleeping on the floor while your dog takes up the entire bed? Who's the one opening a can of expensive, premium, organic, sustainable meat slop while you eat instant noodles? They won. You lost. And you still look at them and say, who's a good boy?
The good boy is the one who convinced you to do this. But wait, don't feel too embarrassed, because here's the thing about domestication. It's a two-way street, and it didn't just change dogs, it changed us. The theory goes something like this. As wolves began hanging around human camps, they started doing something unexpected. They started guarding, not because they loved us, because they were invested. If the camp got raided by other predators, the wolves lost their food source. If the camp got attacked, the wolves lost their safety net. So they started alerting us to danger. They started barking when strangers approached. They started working for their dinner. And we, the humans, noticed something. These things are actually useful. So we started encouraging it. The wolves that were good at guarding got more food. The wolves that were good at hunting with us got more food. The wolves that were good at reading our emotions, knowing when we were scared, when we were angry, when we were about to throw a spear, those wolves got all the food. We didn't train them, we co-evolved. This is the part that should give you chills. Our brains changed too. We got better at reading their body language. We got better at understanding their barks, their growls, their tail wags. We became bilingual in a language we didn't even know we were learning. And the researchers, they found evidence of this. Fossilized burial sites where humans and dogs are buried together. Together, like family. From the very beginning, we didn't see them as tools. We saw them as partners. Which is convenient because we were too dumb to survive on our own anyway. Have you seen a human try to track a deer? We're embarrassingly bad at it. We trip, we make noise, we get lost in the woods, and then we're like, "Where's Fido? Fido, help me!" Fido looks at you like, "I've been tracking this deer for 2 miles. You've stepped on every branch in the forest. Shut up, let me work." But here's where it gets genuinely unsettling. Because dogs didn't just help us hunt, they changed how we thought. What do you think humans were afraid of before we had dogs? The dark, the night, the things that howled at the moon, the things that moved in the shadows. Dogs gave us a new kind of safety. They slept at our feet. They listened while we slept. They were the alarm system that never, ever took a night off. And because we were safer, we could sleep deeper. And because we slept deeper, our brains could develop. And because our brains developed, we started making culture. Fire, tools, language, agriculture, cities, civilization. All of it, every single thing you think of as human achievement was built on the back of a wolf that figured out that eating our scraps was easier than running down a deer. We didn't domesticate them, they enabled us. Think about this the next time you step in a warm puddle in the dark. That's the price of civilization. That's the tax of partnership. And your dog is looking at you right now, tail wagging, thinking, "Yep, I did that, and I'd do it again. Now give me a treat." So what do we do with this information? Do we feel humiliated? Do we feel like we lost some cosmic game of survival? Or do we recognize that partnership isn't about who's in charge? The truth is, we needed each other. They needed our leftovers in our fire. We needed their eyes and their noses and their terrifying bone-crunching jaws. We call them man's best friend, but that's underselling it. They're not our friends, they're our survival partners. And here's the thing. Dogs don't care who domesticated who. They don't care who was in charge 15,000 years ago. They care about right now. Right now, you're here. They're here. You're warm. There's food. That's enough. It's such a simple, honest, dumb way of looking at the world. But maybe it's the right way. Maybe we could learn something from the creature we claim to have tamed. They never wanted to dominate us. They never wanted to control us. They just wanted a full belly and a warm spot by the fire. And in return, they gave us their loyalty, their vigilance, their willingness to die for a species that was, to be fair, kind of a mess. In the end, the story of dogs and humans isn't a story of domestication. It's a story of mutual adoption. We took them in, they took us in. And somehow, across tens of thousands of years, we grew together. We built a relationship that transcended species, that blurred the line between human and animal, that created something neither of us could have achieved alone. And the next time your dog looks at you, really looks with those big, dopey, emotionally manipulative eyes, remember, they're not just your pet, they're your co-evolutionary partner. They're the reason you're alive. They're the reason you're human. And they're absolutely 100% definitely the ones who domesticated you. Now, if you'll excuse me, my dog is demanding a walk.
If that made something click, hit subscribe. New videos dropping on this channel covering the hidden science behind the way you think, feel, and behave, explained simply, visually, and in a way that actually sticks. Hit the bell so you never miss one. The answers have always been there. You just needed someone to explain them.